Hi everybody, we're going to see Reuben and we're taking a riding horse this time too. We're going to take Classy because I think her front feet are getting a little long. I'm going to have to ride her a whole bunch this September, this next month, to kind of finish her training up before she goes to her new home.
Okay, so Classy's going in first and then we'll get Oliver.
Yep, we're going to take Oliver too. A little bit worried about how he's going to behave in a trailer next to a mare the whole time. Em, can you come around and grab this rope?
Oliver actually ended up handling himself excellently, being next to Classy, even loading up. He whinnied at once, Jared told him no, and that was pretty much the end of the story. It's close to a 2-hour drive for us to get to Reuben's, and we never had any issues.
Good boy. What a good boy. Back up.
Okay, so Oliver's gonna go first, and then Classy. A lot of you have probably already seen Oliver at the Farriers before, but just in case you haven't, this is his shop, and we are always so impressed with how neat and organized and clean that Reuben keeps his place. It's just immaculate and very beautiful. So first things first, Reuben started out with Oliver's back hooves, cleaning and shaping them up.
Those cool days last week, or a couple weeks ago, when it got cool for a week, that's made me start wanting to do some Clydesdale work.
It spoiled me what it did.
Yeah, I got thinking I want some shoes on him.
Yeah. Not too bad.
It's funny, I had people commenting about how bad Clydesdale hooves are. I'm like, man, my Clydesdale's got pretty nice hooves.
Yeah. I'd say on average they're the weakest footed draft horse probably. But I've seen some pretty nice feet on a draft horse.
You see how rocky the pen he's in is. You think, oh, his feet are pretty good. And
Yeah.
I'll up to that.
They're looking good.
So this is the file or rasp that Reuben is using here, and he's basically just shaping Oliver's hoof. It's pretty much the same concept as if you had a nail file and you were forming and shaping your nail.
Because draft horses are so large and heavy, most farriers shoe them in what's called stocks, but Oliver's so well behaved and cooperative that Reuben is able to shoe him like a regular horse.
Once the hoof is all cleaned up, Reuben goes to fitting the shoe. What he's doing here is looking at the shoe shape compared to Oliver's hoof, seeing where he needs to make adjustments to the shoe so that it will fit Oliver perfectly. Once he's ready, he then puts the shoe into the forge so it will heat up really hot, so that way he can form it. We'll show that here in just a little bit. But while he's waiting on that first shoe to heat up in the forge, he works on the opposite hoof, getting it all cleaned and shaped up also. I'd say Reuben left that shoe in there a good 10 minutes, probably more like 15. And as you can see, it's very, very hot so that he's able to start forming it.
For perspective, horseshoe sizes go from pony to triple aught, double aught, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and probably bigger than that. And Oliver is in a size 8 shoe. He can fit a 7, but they kind of have to stretch it. So he uses an 8 and shapes it to his foot. So he has extremely large feet, even for a draft horse. A lot of you watch Working Horses with Jim. I've heard him say that his Suffolk punches wear a size 5 shoe.
As Reuben is forming the shoe, you can see that it starts cooling down. It goes from being red hot to just kind of a normal color. You still would not want to touch it though.
I walked up to a farrier once that had just laid a shoe down like that, and I didn't know it. I picked it up and threw it down instantly, and the farrier laughed, said, "Was that hot?" I said, "No, it just doesn't take me long to look at a horseshoe."
Once Reuben gets the first rough initial shape of the shoe done, he'll compare it back to Oliver's hoof again, just to kind of see where any adjustments need to be made. Once he's gotten a good look at it, he puts it back into the forge so he can heat it up again to continue shaping it until he gets it exactly as he wants. While he is waiting for the shoe in the forge to heat up, he starts working on the other hoof a little bit. And this shoe he has is actually one of the ones from the parade Oliver was in. He didn't really wear completely through it. It's still usable, so we're going to use it one more time on Oliver before retiring it.
I've not seen him in a little while too,
So what Reuben is doing here is called hot shoeing, or also known as hot fitting or hot setting. And basically how that works is after the shoe has been formed and the hoof has been trimmed and rasped and filed, the farrier will very briefly put the shoe on the horse's hoof where the shoe will ultimately lie. That way he is able to see if there's any unlevelness on the hoof, and he can trim it out if there is, so that the shoe and the hoof fit perfectly together, and all around Oliver will be much more comfortable. And as you can see, it doesn't bother Oliver, it doesn't hurt. He's standing there perfectly still. JR's not even holding him or anything, so I think that's proof that Oliver is very much fine with this. But saying that, Reuben is definitely an expert, a professional, and if you get your horse hot fitted, you definitely would want to make sure you're using somebody with a good reputation. It's pretty time consuming. Reuben goes back and forth to the forge, making sure everything is lining up perfectly. He is pretty much a perfectionist, I think, with this, which we love. He does a wonderful job. But once he has everything lined up and fitting together perfectly, the shoe is cooled off, it's time to nail it on.
that sweater sleeve idea. We'll have to try that.
I told myself last night to grab it. Oh, Oliver.
We decided just to show the process on one of Oliver's hooves this time. We have other videos up where we take Oliver to Reuben's. You can go back if you want to see more.
Oh, gotcha.
Boy, I think the whole bottle of nib.
The hot shoeing process can dry the foot out just a little bit, so Reuben puts a moisturizer and sealer on it, and we follow up with that at home too.
Oliver is all done. That took
It took a long time. How long do you think that took, JR? It's almost 12. 2.5 hours? Yeah. And here's Classy over there. So now it's Classy's turn, and it probably will not take as long. Shouldn't take as long. So Oliver's all done, and JR is going to ride Classy now so Reuben can watch how she moves. So sometimes a farrier will have a horse be led or rode just to kind of watch them move out, see how they're moving, see if there are any adjustments that they see or angles that the horse might be needing.
I've got shoes on the back. I'm just going to put a flat shoe on the back.
Okay, so 2 heel ones.
Yeah. I just
Lights or mediums?
just the regular.
Ran into a little problem. Classy is in the barn over there, and Reuben actually didn't have the correct size of shoe for her. It was just a little bit too small. So JR hopped in the truck and ran down the road to Reuben's dad's shop to get the correct shoe size for her, and he'll be back in just a minute and we'll continue. But for now, Oliver's getting to eat some grass, and he's a happy little boy, big boy. While JR was off getting Classy's new shoes, Reuben spent the time cleaning and shaping her hoofs so that she'd be all ready to put the shoes on once JR got back. It's pretty much the same process as when Reuben is shoeing Oliver, but with Classy it went much quicker. I'd say he got done within an hour with her. Again, once Reuben has the shoe and the hoof formed and shaped how he wants, it's time to nail the shoe on. Classy was a pretty good girl for Reuben. She stood patient and quietly. There was a couple times that JR had to remind her to stand, but for the most part, she was good. I'm sure she and Oliver were ready to go home, though. It was very hot that day, and it's just a long trip going up there and back home. It takes the whole day, so I'm sure they get very tired, but they both handled it very well. And thanks to Reuben, they both have a very nice new set of shoes. Okay, we just got done, and it's hot. So we're in the car.
Yep. Yeah, I feel a lot better about Classy shoes for sure, and I'm looking forward to being able to work with Oliver again now.
Yep.
Now we just need this cool weather to come through, but Reuben is very, very good at what he does, and he's just a good person. So I enjoy coming down here. But wow, I gotta get some new boots. My feet are barking standing on that concrete for 3 hours, 4 hours.
It was just over 4 hours. Well, we got here right at 9, and it's after 1 now. So imagine how Reuben feels, though.
Yeah, well, he's tougher than woodpecker lips.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty soft.
Okay, here we go. Talk to you guys later.